Welcome everybody to today's GOT16 RD4 Doug Jones League Daily Recap podcast for January 20th, 2023, brought to you by the good folks at Gillette and IS Vance Productions. Baby Got Bat v met Hanks in Lot 6 for a 3-game set in American Family Field in Milwaukee today, playing on grass. Hanks in Lot 6 won the first game over Baby Got Bat v by a score of 9-1. Winning pitcher was Corcoran, losing pitcher was Langston. Baby Got Bat v won the second game over Hanks in Lot 6 by a score of 6-1. Winning pitcher was Wilson, losing pitcher was Ramsey. In today's third game under sunny skies, Fred Norman pitched a complete game for Baby Got Bat v but took the loss by a score of 3-0. Winning pitcher was Vukovic.
BOD Game of Thrones met Green Sand Beach for a 3-game set in Huntington Avenue grounds in Boston today, playing on grass. Green Sand Beach won the first game over BOD Game of Thrones in a squeaker by a score of 5-4. Winning pitcher was Tavares, losing pitcher was Gossage. BOD Game of Thrones won the second game over Green Sand Beach by a score of 9-2. Winning pitcher was Burrell, losing pitcher was Avery. BOD Game of Thrones won the third game over Green Sand Beach by a score of 3-1. Winning pitcher was Person, losing pitcher was Santana.
Doug Jonestown Massacre met Got Bombed Redux for a 3-game set in Truist Park in Atlanta today, playing on grass. Doug Jonestown Massacre won the first game over Got Bombed Redux in a blowout by a score of 11-2. Winning pitcher was Losi, losing pitcher was Harshman. Got Bombed Redux won the second game over Doug Jonestown Massacre in a squeaker by a score of 6-5. Winning pitcher was Kane, losing pitcher was Sewell. Doug Jonestown Massacre won the third game over Got Bombed Redux by a score of 6-3. Winning pitcher was McCullers, losing pitcher was Klipstein.
Kentucky Mules met Electric Amish for a 3-game set in Baker Bowl in Philadelphia today, playing on grass. Electric Amish won the first game over Kentucky Mules by a score of 6-3. Winning pitcher was Ostermuller, losing pitcher was Johnson. Electric Amish won the second game over Kentucky Mules in a squeaker by a score of 3-2. Winning pitcher was Males, losing pitcher was Brown. Electric Amish won the third game over Kentucky Mules in a squeaker by a score of 7-6. Winning pitcher was Wahlberg, losing pitcher was Gonzalez.
Plymouth First Comers met Rocket Dogs for a 3-game set in Wrigley Field in Chicago today, playing on grass. Plymouth First Comers won the first game over Rocket Dogs by a score of 9-5. Winning pitcher was Burba, losing pitcher was Kinder. Plymouth First Comers won the second game over Rocket Dogs by a score of 8-1. Winning pitcher was Blyleven, losing pitcher was Marte. Rocket Dogs won the third game over Plymouth First Comers by a score of 7-4. Winning pitcher was Marte, losing pitcher was Gerbeau.
Stonehurst Mighty Seasons met Miami Goldfish for a 3-game set in Marlins Park in Miami today, playing on grass. Stonehurst Mighty Seasons won the first game over Miami Goldfish by a score of 6-2. Winning pitcher was Hansen, losing pitcher was Raditz. In the second game before a nice crowd of 27,516 under partly cloudy skies, Dolph Luque pitched a complete game shutout for the home squad to give Miami Goldfish a 4-0 victory over Stonehurst Mighty Seasons, losing pitcher was Leibrandt. In today's third game at Marlins Park in Miami before a nice crowd of 31,094 under not applicable skies, Alvin Crowder pitched a complete game shutout for the home squad to give Miami Goldfish a 5-0 victory over Stonehurst Mighty Seasons. Losing pitcher was Sabathia.
Got 16 RD4 Doug Jones League Day's best performers were Pat Siri, who had the best RC performance today for Plymouth First Comers in the second game today at Wrigley Field. He created 3.1 runs on 2 hits, including 1 home run and 1 double, and Alvin Crowder had the best game score today for Miami Goldfish. He scored 91.0. Doug Jonestown Massacre scored the most runs today with 11 in the first game in Atlanta. Here are the current standings. In the East Division, Miami Goldfish has a record of 63-60 and has a lead over Plymouth First Comers, who has a record of 62 and 61. Kentucky Mules has a record of 59 and 64. Hanks A Lot 6 has a record of 56 and 67. In the Central Division, Rocket Dogs has a record of 64 and 59 and has a lead over Baby Got Bat V, who has a record of 60 and 63. Electric Amish has a record of 59 and 64. Stonehurst Mighty Seasons has a record of 53 and 70. In the West Division, BOD Game of Thrones has a record of 75 and 48 and has a lead over Green Sand Beach, who has a record of 67 and 56. Got Bombed Redux has a record of 64 and 59. Doug Jonestown Massacre has a record of 56 and 67. Here is your GOT16 RD4 Doug Jones Injuries Report. For Kentucky Mules, Vina, Fernando, out for 3 more days, 3 more games. Johnson, Jason, out for 3 more days, 3 more games. For Miami Goldfish, Canseco, Jose, out for 2 more days, 2 more games. For Rocket Dogs, Ojeda, Bob, out for 8 more days, 7 more games. Holiday, Matt, out for 5 more days, 4 more games. Here are the current batting leaders. The home run leader is McGuire, Mark from PFC, who is 41. The top run scorer is McGuire, Mark from PFC, who has 96. The top RBI producer is McGuire, Mark from PFC, who has 114. The highest batting average belongs to Jeter, Derek from MGF, who has .325. McGuire, Mark from PFC, has the most runs created at 97.72. The stolen base leader is Morgan, Joe from DJM, who is 35. The most game-winning RBIs is from Schmidt, Mike from SAT, who is 16. The longest current hit streak belongs to Hemus, Solly from BGB, who has hit in 10 straight. The longest hit streak belongs to Jeter, Derek from MGF, who hit in 21 straight. Here are the current pitching leaders. The ERA leader is Blyleven, Bert from PFC at 3.29. The top game winner is Burrell, Mark from BGO, who has 18. The strikeout leader is Waddell, Rube from Art, who has 188. The highest number of complete games belongs to Glavine, Tom from GSB, who has 9. Burrell, Mark from BGO, has the most innings pitched at 242.2. The saves leader is Ward, Dwayne from DJM, who has 21. Here is tomorrow's schedule. Doug Jonestown Massacre is at Kentucky Mules in Muhlebach Field, 1937 to 1942, Kansas City. Electric Amish is at Baby Got Bat V in Fulton County Stadium, 1991 to 1995, Atlanta. Rocket Dogs is at Stonehurst Mighty Seasons in Citi Field, 2009 to 2011, New York. Hanks A Lot 6 is at Green Sand Beach in Huntington Avenue Grounds, 1901 to 1905, Boston. Miami Goldfish is at BOD Game of Thrones in Busch Stadium, 2001 to 2005, St. Louis. Got Bombed Redux is at Plymouth First Comers in Fenway Park, 1946 to 1950, Boston. Thanks for listening to today's game. For the best classic fantasy baseball game on the market, visit imaginesports.com. Good night all and God bless.
Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey and the Duke. Well, Casey was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning, one Robbie going out, one coming in. Kiner and Midget Goodell, the Thumper and Mel Parnell, and Ike was the only one winning down.